Hi, and welcome to 30 Ways to Wellbeing, day 25. So, in the final run up to the end of January, I just wanted to pause and use today just to remind you to watch those thoughts. So, I've spoken a lot about thoughts and about how they're often automatic. We can't control what they are, but we can control and decide which thoughts we decide to pay the most attention to, which thoughts we decide to act on, what we want to do with them, and whether or not we challenge them. So, in cognitive behavioural therapy, which is part of what I practice, difficult thoughts, are often seen as defence mechanisms, and they're often labelled as irrational automatic thoughts. So, irrational automatic thoughts might be catastrophising, so just assuming the worst. They might be mind reading, so assuming you know what people are thinking. Black and white thinking is a common one, which is also called all or nothing thinking, where we forget that actually most of the time it isn't a case of all or nothing. It's all this stuff that happens in the middle that is the most common. So there's lots of different automatic irrational thoughts. But I don't like the term irrational because I think that the way we think in our thinking styles, they've come about for very appropriate reasons because of difficult things that have happened to us, situations that have changed our outlook. And by giving them a negative name, it almost implies that they're wrong. And no thoughts are wrong and all feelings are valid. But we can decide which we pay attention to and whether or not we decide to consider if there is a more balanced thought that we could go to. So this inner critic that often generates these difficult thoughts, so this catastrophizing or mind reading or black-white thinking, this inner critic actually is just trying to protect us. And what can be really helpful is to just instead of trying to change our thoughts, change the relationship with them and change the relationship with this inner critic. So instead of getting cross with ourselves for thinking these negative thoughts, what we could do is to just say, okay, so I see that this little inner critic is trying to look out for me. It's scared for me. It's worried about me, like a really over critical or worried friend. So I'm just going to thank it. So thank you for worrying about me. But actually, I'm not going to listen to you today because I think I've got an idea of a better way to go about approaching this thought. So you accept and you acknowledge that the thought is there, but you decide whether or not that thought suits you. And some really useful ways to challenge the thought, again from CBT, are, is there any evidence for this? So what is the factual evidence? Has this ever happened before? This thing that I'm worried about, has it actually ever happened? What would a close friend say to me? You could question whether you're catastrophizing or whether you're doing black-white thinking. And you could see if you can think about, is there a more balanced way to see this? And also remember, thoughts aren't facts. So challenge the thoughts or accept that they're there and treat that inner critic with a little bit of kindness. But yeah, I'm not going to fight you, but I'm not going to listen to you. And you decide which thoughts you want to pay attention to or which you're going to let come and go like leaves passing you on a stream. Nice to see you. I hope that that's been useful for you today. Constant work in progress monitoring our thoughts. Ultimately, we need to just try to be kind and compassionate to ourselves. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.